Alright, how's everybody doing today? Back again with another video for you guys and gals, and today what I have for everyone is my full review of the fun-free Bluetooth earbuds, okay? The EarFun fun-free Bluetooth earbuds. Now, I've been using these bad boys for a good amount of time, and I feel like I've gathered all my thoughts and opinions on them, and y'all know how the story goes. But if you're new to the channel, I shoot my unboxing and first impressions video, my review process starts, and once I feel like I got a handle on everything that I want to talk about and cover with you guys and gals, then it's full review time. So without further ado, let's jump into this full review, and hopefully by the end of it, you guys and gals know if these earbuds are worth picking up. So let's get started. Now, starting off, the first thing I want to talk about is the overall build quality and design of these buds. Now, these buds are primarily made out of plastic, but you got your grippy texturized plastic on the button housing here, and then you got your glossy plastic around the rest of the unit. Okay, but in terms of the overall build quality and design, I have to say EarFun has done a great job with this one. Everything is very solid. The buttons are very tactile and clicky and give you a nice responsive feedback. So in terms of the overall build quality, I have to say EarFun, you guys have done a great job. I'm giving this top-notch marks in this category. And in terms of the overall design, again, you guys have done a great job, and I'm giving it top-notch marks in the overall design category as well. Really good stuff. Now, if there was one improvement I would have liked to have seen on the design, maybe for the next iteration of these EarFun, you guys could incorporate some wings for some extra support while the earbuds are in the air. But other than that, the overall design on these is top-notch in my opinion. Really good stuff there. Okay, so the overall build quality and design on these is top-notch. Now, moving on, the next thing I want to talk about with you guys and gals are the core features built into these earbuds. And this is another area where I feel EarFun has done a great job. So let's get into this. Core feature number one, and one of my favorites, is these bad boys incorporate Bluetooth 5.0 technology on board, which means you can truly live that hashtag wireless lifestyle. So you don't have to fight with any cables whatsoever. So really good stuff there. Core feature number two, these bad boys incorporate the IPX7 sweat and water resistance, and that's one of the higher IP ratings. So if you get caught in the rain, they should be good to go. If you want to take these in the shower, they should be good to go. They should easily stand up to any and all types of sweat and water from workouts. They should work no problem. Now, due to the current situation that we have going on here in the States, I haven't been able to take anything to the gym, so I will bring y'all an updated video, or I will give y'all some updated conclusions down below in the comments. But in terms of the water resistance, these bad boys should be top notch, and I'll update y'all in the future as to how they're holding up. So that's a really solid core feature in my opinion. Core feature number three, these bad boys incorporate built-in mics, and honestly, y'all, I'm not sure where the mics are in these earbuds, but spoiler, the mic quality on these is top-notch. We're going to talk about it a little bit later on, okay? The next core feature number 5, these bad boys incorporate a rapid charging technology on them, so 10 minutes of charge should give you 2 hours of usage. So if they're dead or you forgot to charge them and you want to take them somewhere like the gym, 10 minutes of charge and they should be good to go. So for me, the gym is about 20 minutes away, so if I ever forget to charge these, I just drop them in the case. By the time I get to the gym, they're gonna have enough juice to get through a workout, and I should be good to go. And some more core features here. You can use these earbuds, this is core feature number 5. You can use these earbuds in stereo mode, both at the same time, or independent mode, one at a time. That's really, really cool to see. Also, The case incorporates wireless charging, so if you have a Qi wireless charging pad, you can just drop the case on the pad and be good to go. So really good stuff there in my opinion. Really good to see that. Okay? And yeah, I think that about does it for the overall core features on these. Really solid in my opinion. Okay? Top-notch marks in the overall core features category. Yet again, EarFun has done a great job. Alright, now let's keep it moving. Up next now, I want to talk to you guys and gals about the sound quality, volume, and the overall bass on these. Now, in terms of the overall sound quality, again, EarFun has done a great job. The overall quality is very crisp and clear throughout, so whether I was listening to music at low volumes or high volumes, there was no clipping or distortion on either end of the volume spectrum, so the overall sound quality was really good in my opinion. Now in terms of the overall volume, these bad boys get really loud, easily able to drown out my surroundings so I can immerse myself in my favorite types of media, whether that be listening to playlists over YouTube Music, Pandora, or so on and so forth, Spotify, or whether it be binge watching some of my favorite TV shows on Netflix, Hulu, you name it, Disney Plus, streaming service of your choice. Didn't have any issues with the overall volume, and these bad boys got really nice and loud. And the most important thing is they didn't get overbearingly loud. So they got loud enough, but they didn't get so loud that after a while they gave my ears ear fatigue. So really good to see that. Now, where these did fall a little bit short in my opinion is with the overall bass. Now the bass is there, but it's a little bit softer than I would like. I would have liked it to be or would like to have been a little bit punchier. It's a little soft for my liking. It's there and it's noticeable, but I would just want a little bit more punch. Okay? So the bass definitely needs some improvement. But in terms of the overall sound quality and the volume, I'm giving EarFun top-notch marks for these, but the bass needs a little bit of improvement there. So overall, for these three categories, I would say it's really good. It's not the best, it's not top-notch, but it's really good overall. Okay? Good stuff there. Now, moving on, the next thing I want to talk about with you guys and gals is the overall microphone performance of these earbuds right here. And yet again, as I alluded to in the core features category, the microphones on these are top notch. So I had no issues whatsoever, my bad y'all, you know I can't talk. I had no issues whatsoever, whether I was interacting with my devices using voice commands or dictating text messages or emails or taking phone calls. I didn't have any issues with the overall microphones, and callers, when I was taking phone calls, they couldn't really differentiate between the receiver on my device or the earphones. So that right there is high praise in my opinion, because anytime they can't tell the difference, that means you're doing what you're supposed to do. So the overall microphone performance on these bad boys, microphone performance, or i.e. microphone quality, is top notch in my opinion. So good stuff there. Now I want to briefly take y'all through the pairing steps and the overall Bluetooth earbud button controls. Alright, so let's get into this. Let's get into the pairing steps first, and we're going to be using an Android device here today. But one thing I want to mention is these steps will work on any device that has Bluetooth capability built into it. So it will work on iOS, it will work on Android, it will work on Windows, and so on and so forth. So if you have Bluetooth in your car, it's gonna work. If you have Bluetooth on your tablet, your computer, your desktop, your laptop, it's gonna work. And these steps are pretty much the same. It just looks a little bit different depending on the OS and or the platform you're using. So these steps are going to look a little bit different on Android than they would look on iOS. And that's going to look a little bit different on Android and iOS than it would look on Windows or Mac OS or Linux if you have a Linux-based computer. Okay? But as long as your device has Bluetooth, these steps will work. Alright? Now, the first thing you need to decide is whether or not you're going to use these bad boys in stereo mode or you're going to use them in independent mode. Now, for purposes of this video, we're going to use them in stereo mode. The next thing you need to decide is whether or not you want to use the onboard physical buttons to power them on and put them into pairing mode, or you want to use the case. Now, for the onboard physical buttons, you press and hold it for 5 seconds. You'll get some audible cues. It will tell you powered on, it will tell you ready to pair, and it will tell you connected. And also, when it's in pairing mode, you'll see a red and blue flashing LED indicating that it's ready to pair up. Now, for the purposes of this video and for ease of use purposes, I'm just going to show y'all how easy this bad boy is to get paired up using the case. So the first thing we want to do is drop these bad boys in the case here. Alright, so you just line up the magnetic charging pins. So this is the right, and it goes into place, and then you drop in the left, same way. Alright, and it's magnetic, so once it's lined up, you'll get that light indicating that it's ready to go. Now, when the earbuds are charging, you will see that red LED pulse. When the earbuds are fully charged, you will see them stay in this off state. That means that both of these earbuds are fully charged. Alright, so all we gotta do now is close the case real quick, put that down for a second. Now, over on your Bluetooth capable device, what we need to do is power on your device. Okay, let me swipe that away for a second. Then you want to turn on your Bluetooth. So on Android, you swipe down for the notification shade. You're going to do so twice. Then you're going to tap on the Bluetooth icon up in the corner in the quick toggles to turn it on right there, and it's going to turn on. Then you want to press and hold to take you into the Bluetooth settings right here. And then on your newer Android device, all you want to do is come up to the top here where it says pair a new device, and you want to tap on that. So we're going to tap on that. It's going to put your device in pairing mode, and you can see it's scanning for nearby Bluetooth devices. So our device is ready, and this is a Pixel 2 XL if you didn't know. Alright, so we're going to put that down for a second. Now, all we have to do here is open the case, take the earbuds out. They're going to power themselves on. You can see. You'll get some audible tones. Alright, now the first thing they'll do before they do anything else is they'll pair up to each other first. So you can see they both flashed, and then it paired up to each other, and then now one is flashing. So depending on which one you take out first, that will become the dominant earbud. But you can use these in either or orientation. So really good stuff there. And now you can see the blue LED is flashing, indicating that it's in pairing mode and ready to pair up. Now, back on your device, you'll see in your Bluetooth availability area, you'll see this right here. You just want to tap on EarFun Fun Free. That's the model of the earbuds, and it's going to pair up. You'll get a prompt to verify that you want to pair. You hit pair, it pairs up, and you're good to go. And in your newer Android devices, you'll see an active Bluetooth device indicator as well as the battery percentage in the Bluetooth settings. If you swipe down on the notification shade here, you'll see the device you have paired up and the battery percentage in the notification shade underneath the Bluetooth connected device. Also, if you have an iOS device, to the left of your home screen where your quick toggles are, you'll see the same thing. So you'll see a battery percentage with the connected device on your iOS device. So good stuff there. I just wanted to show y'all that. Now I just want to take y'all through the Bluetooth earbuds button controls. So we're going to go through the music controls, and we're going to go through some other controls. Now, starting off, for the music controls, you do need to have music actively playing. Let me clear this out because it's kind of getting on my nerves a little bit. So you do need to have music actively playing. So we're going to go to YouTube Music here. We're going to go to my device files there. So this is all the music on my device. All right. Now, the next thing we need to do is we actually need to start a song so it's playing. All right. So let that play, and you can see it's playing. Now, for play pause functionality, it's just one tap on either earbud to play or pause the music. Alright, so let me show you here. Got the right earbud in my hand. Music is playing. So if I push the button, music pauses. You saw that? Music pause. If I push it again, the music starts playing there. Really good stuff. Alright, now if you want to turn down the volume, it's just a simple okay, volume down is double press on the left earbud. So let's make sure we got it right. This is the right earbud, this is volume up. If you want to volume down, you need to take the left earbud and you're just going to double tap it twice. And the thing about physical keys is you can feel it. So, okay, and the volume goes down. You can see that, and you get that nice tactile feedback along with a visual response on your device. So let's volume down again. Okay, and you saw that, and it volumes down. And the same thing for volume up. So if we pick up the right earbud now, whoops, rolling all over the place. If we pick up the right earbud and we want to volume up, you just double press and it volumes up. You can see that right there. Really good stuff. And when you hit the max, it will give you a boom boom and say max volume. So let's volume up again. And it volumes up. Really good stuff. And this is the thing that I like about tactile keys. I can feel it in my fingers, and I can also get that visual response. So I don't actually have to have the earbuds in my ears to get certain things to work. So really good stuff in my opinion. Now, if you want to go to the next track, you just triple tap on the right earbud. If you want to go to the previous track, you triple tap on the left earbud. So let's try it now. Triple tap, 1, 2, 3. And you can see we went to the next track and you get that nice tactile feedback. So let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. Next track. Y'all see how easy that is? This is one of the reasons why I love tactile buttons. Okay? And the same rules apply for previous tracks. So let's go back to the previous track now. So what we need to do is triple tap the left earbud 3 times. Now you do it one time, it will restart the track. You do it again, it will go to the previous track. So when you're doing previous track, you kind of got to do it twice. So let me show y'all here. 1, 2, 3. Restart the track. 1, 2, 3. Goes to the previous track. Here we go. We'll do it again. 1, 2, 3. Restart the track. 1, 2, 3. Goes to the previous track. So y'all can see it right there. Okay? Now, if you want to interact with your voice assistant, you can do this a few different ways. You can do it with the voice command, which I'm not going to say because it's going to trigger all the devices in my room. Or you just have to press and hold the either earbud for 2 seconds. You'll get a nice audible tone, and then you start dictating your command. Now for this, I do actually want to put an earbud in my ear. This way I can hear the audible tone. But you can just as easily activate the voice assistant using the voice command. But let's do this real quick. Let me put the right earbud in. And you just want to hold it for 2 seconds till you get that audible tone. Now, the best way to do this would be to pause the music, but you don't necessarily have to. So let me show y'all. Music is playing. I'm going to press and hold for 2 seconds. 1, 2. What's the weather like in Palm Bay today? Okay, and we're getting some audible feedback in my ears. So y'all see just how easy that is. I don't know how well the mic is picking that up, but that works with or without music playing. So really good stuff in my opinion. Okay, really good stuff indeed. And again, that tactile feedback is awesome because now 1, 2, just a simple 2 count, and once I hear the boom, I can start talking. So really nice, good stuff there. So that pretty much goes over the earbud button controls. All right. Now the next thing I want to go over with y'all is the phone call controls. Now I'm not gonna actually take a phone call during the video. I'm just gonna throw it up on the screen, but it's actually very simple. Yet again, let me pause this music real quick so it's not distracting me. All right, so the phone call controls are very simple indeed. Okay, if you want to answer an incoming phone call, that's just a single tap on either earbud to answer the phone call. All right, really good stuff there. If you want to redial a previous phone call or a missed phone call, you just double tap on either earbud to redial the previous phone call. And if you want to reject an incoming phone call, you just press the touch button. Press the physical button for 2 seconds while the call is coming in, and it will reject that incoming phone call. So overall, the phone call controls are really good as well. I've used a few of them. They work without issue. And in my opinion, the button controls on these are top notch in my opinion. Y'all saw how easy the demonstration was on these. This is the type of convenience I feel all Bluetooth earbuds need to have. Really straightforward, really convenient when you get the hang of it, and no struggling to it. This is what I'm talking about. So in terms of the overall button controls and pairing steps, we're given Fun Free or EarFun, my bad. EarFun. The model is the free, so it's the EarFun Fun Free. We're given EarFun top notch in these two categories as well, the pairing steps and the Bluetooth button controls. So good stuff there. All right, so we're done here. We can disconnect the Bluetooth. All right, say power, and you can see when you disconnect, they both go back into pairing mode. Then they reconnect to each other, and then it starts flashing on the master device, but you could use either earbud. It's up to you. So really good stuff in my opinion. Now give me a second. Let me turn them off. Save that juice. All right, so let's turn off one. You hold it for 5 seconds, and it will say powered off, and you'll get a red LED. So I did one off camera, and now I'm going to show y'all one on camera, so you can count it. We can do a 5 count here. So you see the blue flashing LED, meaning it's in pairing mode. Now it's powered off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're powered off. And you get that red LED indicating that it's powered off, along with an audible tone. So really good stuff there, and that pretty much does it for the pairing steps and the Bluetooth button controls. Let me take my device out of here. We don't need this in the frame anymore, and let's keep it moving. All right, put this over here. Now, the next thing I want to talk about with you guys and gals is the overall Bluetooth range and the overall Bluetooth strength. Okay, now if you don't know, these bad boys have a Bluetooth 5.0 technology built in, and Bluetooth 5.0 has a standard range of 10 meters or 33 feet. Okay, and that pretty much is what the manufacturer is touting here. They're actually touting a little bit more than that. They're touting 15 meters or 49 feet, and honestly, it works without issue. I did my standard Bluetooth range testing, and as long as I was within that designated 15-meter range or 49-foot range, didn't have any issues. And the surprising thing was they designate that range in an obstacle-free environment. Now, when I do my testing, there's a ton of obstacles, okay? My bedroom is probably in the middle of the house, and my kitchen is about 15 feet away from my bedroom. My back porch is about 30 feet away from my bedroom. The pool area, which is where I like to go to test out the range, is about 35, 40 feet, and down to the driveway where I take out the trash is about 45, 50 feet, somewhere around there. And these bad boys worked till right at that point. So right as I was going out the back porch onto the back driveway, then I started to get some disconnects. So that's about 50 feet, 49 feet. So I have to say the manufacturer's estimates are spot on. And the surprising thing was, for the Bluetooth range, is that was an obstacle-laden environment. Like, my bedroom has 4 walls, and then the kitchen, and then that has 2 walls, and then the porch, and so on and so forth. So not only are you going, you're pushing the signal to the connected earbuds, but you're passing it through many obstacles with interference. So a couple walls. If I was in the kitchen, then you got to deal with things like my toaster, my microwave, so on and so forth. So for it to work that good with all those obstacles in the way, that's just a testament to how good the overall Bluetooth range and strength is. So really good stuff there when we talk about the overall Bluetooth range and the overall Bluetooth strength, in my opinion. Top-notch marks in this category as well. Man, they're really knocking it out the park on this. Really good stuff there. Now, let's move on to the next category. And the next category is one of the categories that I hold in the highest esteem. The next category we're going to talk about is the overall durability. And this is extremely important because your boy is Mr. Super clumsy. So if a device can handle my type of durability testing or my clumsiness, then it's good to go. And I'm happy to report I've dropped these bad boys like a good 3 to 5 times in my about week and a half of using them. Week and a half, 2 weeks almost. And as y'all can see, they are still in pristine condition. Now I'll give y'all a better close-up in the fit and sound demo, but there's no dings, there's no dents, there's no scratches. And just for reference, my house has a bunch of wood floors, as y'all can see down there. Forgive the mess. It also has a bunch of tile floors, and then the driveways are all paved. Okay, so I dropped these about once outside on the pavement, and they're still in pristine condition, and they're still in perfectly working condition. And then I dropped them inside the house about 3 to 5 times, and again, y'all can see they're still in pristine and perfectly working order. Okay, and I've dropped them from about 3 to 5 feet indoors and about pocket height outdoors. So again, 3 to 5 feet, and they still work perfectly. So to me, the overall durability on these is top notch in my opinion. But that does not mean that you just want to be like, oh, they'll survive, I can just beat them up, they'll be okay. No, you still want to be careful when you're using these. That durability just means they're more apt to survive if you drop them. That doesn't mean you can just chuck them across the room and they'll be okay. One thing y'all need to keep in mind is that it just takes one good drop to break something like this. But if you're clumsy like myself, they'll be more apt to survive. And I'm very happy to see that these bad boys actually survived and continue to survive very nicely. So good stuff in my opinion. Good stuff indeed. Alright? So the overall durability, in my opinion, is top notch. Alright, now let's keep it moving. Now the next category that I want to talk to you guys and gals about is the overall battery life and the overall charge times. And we actually got a few estimates from the manufacturer that we got to go through. So the manufacturer quotes, let's do the battery life first and we'll do the charge time second. So the manufacturer quotes that the overall battery life on the buds themselves is 6 hours, okay? The earbuds themselves have a 50 milliamp hour battery built into each earbud. And then including the charging case, you're gonna get an additional 24 hours, okay? That estimate was done, I don't know the volume, but that estimate was done in stereo mode usage, okay? And keep in mind, you can use these earbuds in 2 different modes. You can use them in independent mode, and you can use them in stereo mode. So for independent mode, you just double that up. So let's put the manufacturer's estimates into numbers real quick. Let's do this. So they get 6 hours on a full charge, and then you get an additional 24 hours, which really just comes down to an additional 4 charges using the case. So if we do the math here, that does work out properly. 6 hours times 4 charges gives you 24 hours. So that math works out perfectly, in my opinion, for stereo use, including the case. Now in independent mode, you just double that up. So that's 6 times 2, which is 12. Then you multiply that 12 by 4, and that will give you, what is that, 48, I believe, if my math is correct. Yes, I believe it is. So in independent mode, with the manufacturer's estimates, we're looking at 24 hours in stereo mode, and we're looking at 48 hours in independent mode. So really good stuff in my opinion, okay? And those stats were right on the money in my opinion. Now, for me, I got an additional hour out of the buds, and it really does depend on what you're doing with the buds. So your results may vary, and these are just my particular results with my style of usage, which is heavy usage. Now, let's talk about my stats real quick. Okay, so as I said, I was getting an additional hour, so I'm getting 6 to 7 hours on a single charge with the buds in stereo mode. So on the low end, that comes out to 6 hours. Okay, on the high end, that comes out to 7 hours. So now if we do the math, 6 4s are 24 hours on the low end, and then if we do the math again on the high end, 7 4s are 28 hours on the high end. So really good stuff. Now then, if we do the math in independent mode, now we just double that up. Okay, so in independent mode, we're looking at let's see, 12 4s are 48. Okay, and then double that again, so that's about 56 hours right there. Okay, so in independent mode, I'm averaging from 48 to 56 hours. Sorry, y'all, it's kind of hard for me to do all this math in my head real quickly. But if I'm wrong with those stats, please correct me down below in the comments. I'm not perfect, but those are my stats and my particular results with heavy usage. So that pretty much lines up perfectly with the manufacturer's estimates, and to see that I was actually getting better battery life than the manufacturer's estimates, I was pleasantly surprised. Now, for reference, I use these bad boys at 35% volume and 50% volume respectively, and those are the stats that I came up with. Now, you got to find a comfortable volume and a nice medium point for yourself, and that will affect your overall battery life. But those are my results, and those are my particular stats when we talk about the overall battery life. Okay, now let's get into the charge times on these. This is another important area in my opinion, so let's get into this. Now, the manufacturer quotes that the earbuds will take an hour and a half to reach a full charge, and that pretty much is spot on the money. Now, when the battery on the earbuds is low, you'll get 2 audible notifications before they power off. So it will tell you battery low, please charge, battery low, please charge, in about the span of about 5 minutes. So you get 5 minutes to put them in the case so they charge up. Now, if you catch them at that low battery warning, they'll actually charge up a little bit faster than an hour and a half. But if you let them drain to completely dead, hour and a half, and they'll be back up to full charge. So that's pretty good in my opinion. That's top notch. All right. And one thing I want to tell y'all, little pro tip: make sure y'all keep these charging pins clean. Get you a microfiber cleaning cloth or a dust-resistant cloth. Keep these ports clean so it can line up in the charging bay properly. Okay. And also, you want to make sure that you keep the corresponding ports in the case clean as well. Okay, so every so often you want to clean the buds, clean the ports, and you want to clean the case and clean the ports as well. This way you'll ensure that you get a proper seat when you charge the earbuds. Just want to throw in that little pro tip. Now, as I said, the manufacturer quoted that the earbuds will take an hour and a half to reach a full charge. Now, wired, which I'm very happy to see they're incorporating USB Type-C on here, so kudos for that. EarFun for including that up-to-date port. Wired charging is going to take 2 hours with the wire, okay, to charge up the case, and wireless charging is going to take 3.5 hours with your Qi-enabled charging pad to charge up the case, okay? And for the most part, those stats were spot on the money. Now, if you catch the case with the one light left, one light indicating that it's at 10%. Okay, 2 lights indicate that it's at 50%. 3 lights indicate it's at 80%, and all 4 lights indicate that it's 100% charged. So you can see right now in the video, my case is at 80% charge. Okay, so if you catch the case with 1 LED remaining and charge it back up, it will actually charge up a half an hour quicker. So that 3.5 hour charge time drops down to 3 hours. That 2 hour charge time will drop down to 1.5 hours. But if you let it drain completely dead, then it's going to fall in line with the manufacturer's estimates. So from completely dead to full, 3.5 hours on wireless charging. From completely dead to full, wired, is going to take 2 hours. So really good stuff, and that's pretty much spot on with the manufacturer's estimates in my opinion. So top notch when we talk about the overall charge times. Now, when we talk about the overall battery life, I'd have to say it's really good. But as I always say, and I'm going to continue to say it until the manufacturer hits the numbers I want to see, for stereo mode usage, I really need to see at least 10 hours plus. Okay, now the independent mode usage, that's really good. That 12 hours and up, it's really good stuff. But for stereo mode usage, that 6 to 7 hours, oh, that's not cutting it, buddy. That needs to be better. So the overall battery life, because of that, just gets a really good, in my opinion, not top notch, but the overall charge times get top-notch scores in my opinion. So overall, really good battery life, overall charge times, top-notch. Okay, good stuff. EarFun, if y'all can bring that battery life up, this would have got top-notch across the board. But for what it is, it's pretty good indeed. All right, so that goes over the overall charge times and the overall battery life. Now let's just briefly run through some positives and some negatives of the earbuds. Then we're going to wrap this video up. We're going to talk about the price, and I'm going to give y'all my final thoughts and an overall recommendation or two. Now, let's do the negatives first, because honestly, there aren't too many that came to mind that still come to mind while I test these. And if I miss any, I'll throw up a list in post so y'all can see all the positives and all the negatives like I always do. So let's do these negatives first. All right. Now, the main negative with the design is that I would have liked to have seen an incorporated wing for better support and better resistance when you're wearing these. Because although they do give you a nice snug fit, if you get sweaty, they do have a tendency to slide around. So EarFun, if y'all incorporate a wing of some sort, whether it be an inner wing or an outer wing on your next generation, that will take care of that issue. But the overall design does need some improvement because of that. Okay, so that's negative number one right there. And then we have one of my usual gripes instead of two. So I would have liked to have seen a percentage LED readout instead of the LED balls. Okay, this, although it's fairly straightforward, it's a lot better in my opinion to just have an LED readout percentage instead of having to memorize what these balls mean. So I would have liked to have seen an LED readout percentage instead of the LED lights. Okay, so that's negative number two. And then there's no other negatives to speak of aside from the battery life in stereo mode needs to be a little bit better. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much it. 3 negatives throughout the whole thing. I have to say, it's pretty good in my opinion. Now, let's jump over to the positives real quick. Let's do this. Now, this is pretty much going to be a summarization of everything that I talked about throughout the video. So the overall build quality is top-notch in my opinion. The overall design, although it does need some improvement, is pretty good still. The overall core feature set on this is extremely solid, so that's another great positive there. The overall sound quality, volume, and the bass is really good. Now, pretty good bass, really good top-notch sound quality and volume. So you could put the bass in the negative category if you would like, but I'm going to leave it in the positives because overall I would have to say it's good. It's not the best, but it's good. So that's another good positive there. Top-notch microphone performance, top-notch Bluetooth range and strength, top-notch durability, and these bad boys are extremely comfortable for extended listening sessions. So that's a really great positive in my opinion. Top-notch overall charge times with some really good battery life, but the battery life already got slotted into the negative because it should be a lot better than what it is. So yeah, okay, all of this for a really great price, the price of which we're going to talk about in a little bit here. So that pretty much summarizes all the positives and negatives of these Bluetooth earbuds. And once again, if I missed any, please check out the list of positives and the list of negatives that will be thrown up in post, okay? Feel free to pause and check out that list. And as I always do, if you pick these up and you spot a negative that I did not mention, please leave that feedback down below in the comments because that's the only way these manufacturers can improve. Now, I don't know if EarFun watches my videos, so I don't know if they'll actually see my critiques to make their products better, but if they do come across my videos, they need all the feedback possible to improve their products. So if you spot a negative or positive that I didn't mention, please leave that feedback down below in the comments, okay? All feedback is greatly appreciated. All right, now let's keep it moving. We have reached the end of this video, and this turned out to be a long one. I apologize, y'all. So this will be time-stamped for your convenience. All right, now let's talk about the overall price and get into my final thoughts and a recommendation or two. Now, I picked these up from Amazon, and at checkout, after taxes, these bad boys ran me $49.99. So you could just call it 50 bucks just to make it easy, all right? And right now, let me check. Let me see what they're available for right now. Okay, yeah, they're still available for that $49.99, and that is brand new. Let me check out the used stats. If you want to pick them up used, the best one is, let's see, the ratings. Let's see. Used, very good condition. Used like new. Okay, so if you want to pick them up used very good, they're $45 flat. Used like new, they're $47.06. Keep in mind that it does not include the taxes, and the taxes vary depending on your location and state. Now for me, I have the free 2-day shipping, so that's included in the checkout as well. So taxes and shipping, it was $49.99 for me, okay? But if you're not an Amazon Prime customer like I am, you still have to factor in taxes and your shipping depending on your state and your tax laws, okay? So that's just one thing I want to point out. So for that price of $50 brand new or $45 used, very good condition, can I recommend that y'all pick these up? I would have to say yes. This is a really, really solid competitor to something like the Samsung Galaxy Buds here. Okay? This is also a really solid competitor to something like the KKuyi Buds as well. And I bring up those buds because they incorporate all the features of these buds, give or take a feature or two. So the Galaxy Buds incorporates the wireless charging and the IP rating, and it also has the dedicated app. But it doesn't have as good IP rating as the Fun Free. The Fun Free has an IPX7 water submergent rating, whereas the Galaxy Buds only have an IPX2. So this is basically splash resistant. This is barely sweat proof, okay? So that's kind of a one-up that the Fun Free has over the Galaxy Buds, but the Galaxy Buds do incorporate the wings, okay, which gives them the overall better fit in my opinion, and then they have that companion app, okay, which means you can tweak these to your liking, okay, but the Fun Free does win in the overall water resistance and waterproofing areas. Now, if we want to do a quick comparison to the KKuyis, okay, the Fun Free wins again. It's kind of a tie for overall battery life, but the Fun Free wins again in my opinion because these bad boys incorporate IPX5 sweat and water resistance, where these bad boys incorporate IPX7s. Alright? But in terms of the fit and overall comfort, I have to say these are pretty much the same. And these don't incorporate any types of wings. So there is that. But all three of these buds incorporate what I would consider to be some of my favorite features. So they all have wireless charging. They all have really good overall battery life. Now, in terms of the weakest in terms of battery life, including the case, the Galaxy Buds are pretty weak in that area, whereas the Fun Free and the KKuyis have pretty good battery life overall and really good battery life, including the case. So if there was a weak one in terms of battery life, that would have to go to the Galaxy Buds. Alright? But all three of these buds are really good in my opinion, and I can recommend them to anybody. It just depends on how much money you want to spend. Alright? So just wanted to do that quick comparison real quick. Sorry y'all if that made the video a little longer, but yet again, can I recommend y'all go out there and pick up the EarFun Fun Free Bluetooth earbuds? I would have to say yes. In my opinion, you will not be disappointed. Alright, that pretty much does it for this full review. As always, I hope you guys and gals enjoyed it, and I hope y'all found it helpful. If you did enjoy the video, and or you found it helpful in any shape, form, or fashion, please help your boy out by giving the video a thumbs up. That really does help me out. You don't know how much. If you would like to see more in-depth content like this, also feel free to hit that subscribe button down below and click off the notification bell icon right next to it so you guys and gals get notified when I publish new videos. As always, if this video piqued your interest, all the links to everything that I featured in this video will be available down below in the video description. So as always, if your interest is piqued, down below in the video description will be like a one-stop shop. So you will get links to the full review, the fit and sound demo, and the unboxing, as well as links to where y'all can pick these bad boys up. All of that will be available down below in the video description. Alright, so I hope everyone has a great day. Y'all be safe out there, and I will catch you guys and gals in my next video. We are out of here. Peace, everyone.